Welcome back to another episode of my Pokemon Battle Series, the School of Hard Knocks. Throughout this episode, like every other, we'll be jumping onto the Pokemon Global Link ladder and playing under the Championship Battle rules, which are the equivalent to the VGC 2017 rule set. So we'll be continuing on again today with our new team that we brought this week with Garchomp, Talonflame, Kartana, Tapu Fini, Nihilego, and Vigavolt. So hopefully we had a great couple of episodes yesterday. Played one battle to start off and then ended the episode with an extremely good battle against the infamous Baz Anderson. So that was a really good start. So hopefully we can kind of continue that today. So we'll jump straight on to the ladder. Hopefully it won't take too long to find an opponent. But I have also been tinkering on the Pokemon Global Link website with QR codes. And I created a QR code for this team. So at the very end of the episode, I will pop all the information up for you guys to kind of check out and get the QR code. And you can go away and try the team if you like. So it's I will put it out there so at least you guys have an option. And without saying any more, we have our first opponent from Japan on a rating of 1509 with a team of Kartana, Suzazel. Oh, what is that one called? I can't remember because it's so underused. It's the coolest looking Ultra Beast. We'll just call it the big garbage Ultra Beast looking thing for now. I know it's a dark dragon type, so that's cool. We've got Equivilent, Pelipper, and Starmie. So, what are we going to do here? Salazzle puts a lot of pressure on me bringing or leading my Tapu Fini. That and also the Kartana. There could potentially be a Trick Room mode in there for the with the Equivilent, but we'll have to let's think what we can do. I do like Talonflame here a lot. Obviously, we have to be careful if we bring the Talonflame for the Pelipper. But I think I might lead Talonflame Nihilego here. I do want to bring a Tapu Fini as well, but I feel like maybe Vigavolt and yeah, we'll go Vigavolt Tapu Fini in the last slot and see how we get on with this. We've got to remember now that the Salazzle has Fake Out probably after Bank being released, so that's something we need to keep in mind. I wish I could remember the name of that Ultra Beast. It's annoying because it's like right on the tip of my tongue. I'm just going to check my phone, see if I can find it. But by the time I've done this, we'll probably have it up on the screen, so I wouldn't worry too much. But I will just check just in case. Driving me insane. So anyway, enough of my muttering. We've got my opponent leading off with Pelipper and Equivilent. So, there's two conflicting options my opponent can throw out at me here. He can Tailwind with the Pelipper, or he could Trick Room with the Equivilent. So, we've got to kind of decide what my opponent is going to go for here. I think the Pelipper obviously is the more threatening thing at the minute. So, I'm just going to double into it and stop any sort of Tailwind getting set up. I'm just going to Power Gem and Supersonic Sky Strike into it, which should be enough to pick up the KO onto it. It shouldn't be outspeeding us either, but we do have to be, if my opponent protects, so he's protecting the Equivilent this turn, which is working out great, so we should get both of our attacks off onto the Pelipper. Here comes the Supersonic Sky Strike from the Talonflame, and then I'm pretty sure a combination of both, unless it's some crazy bulky Pelipper, but we should pick up the KO here, so that should be quite nice. So yeah, takes it down to its Sash, and hopefully, Nihilego should pick up the KO with the Power Gem. And in turn we get the beast boost as well with Nihilego, so that's putting us in a really nice position going into the next turn. We obviously have to be a bit careful of that Kartana coming in, because it will outspeed my Nihilego. There is rain on the field, but my Talonflame will be putting a lot of pressure onto it as well. But we actually see the Starmie coming out here. So what I might do is, because that Equivilent is just protected, I'm very tempted to actually just double into that and prevent any sort of Trick Room now being set up. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to Sludge Bomb and Brave Bird into that slot. And hopefully this picks up the kill. Yeah, so my opponent actually withdraws the Starmie and brings in the Salazzle. But as we're doubling into the Equivilent, we are unfortunately going to break the Gale Wings ability on our Talonflame. But if we can prevent... Yeah, so we pick up the one-hit KO actually straight up with Brave Bird. I didn't expect it to KO there, but that is a bonus. And we'll get the Sludge Bomb, which won't do too much damage because Salazzle is part fire and poison type. So, but does a bit more than I expected. And now we have the Starmie to come back in. So now we have to be quite careful because obviously the Starmie and the Salazzle are going to be outspeeding both of my Pokemon. Let's see what we've got in the back. So we have got the Tapu Fini and the Vigavolt. So we're not in too bad a position here. So what I might do is just go for a Brave Bird onto the Salazzle. I doubt we'll get it off, and I'm just going to protect my Nihilego this turn, just in case my opponent targets it down with the Fake Out to break the Sash and then doubles into it, which is always a potential move my opponent could make. But my opponent actually goes for the Flame Burst onto the Talonflame, which actually hits through the Protect, which I didn't know it did that, so it does break the Sash on my Nihilego, so that's really nice tech, and I didn't know the mechanics behind that. So we do in fact get the Brave Bird off onto the Salazzle, so that's quite nice. And in between all of that going on, Starmie went for the Hydro Pump onto the Protect of the Nihilego. So my opponent's now down to his last Pokemon, and we've still got all four, so we're still not in too bad a position to just clean up this match. And I am just going to Brave Bird and Sludge Bomb into the Starmie. And we will get one of these attacks off unless the Starmie has a spread move, but I don't. Yeah, so it's got Blizzard. And unfortunately for my opponent, he actually misses with both of the Blizzards. I don't think it would have picked up the KO on my Talonflame, and it certainly wouldn't have done on my Nihilego, but it's still a bit unfortunate. You know, there's always the chance of a freeze coming off there. So with that in mind, we finish off with a Sludge Bomb and pick up the win. So that's a nice start to today's episode. Good games to my opponent, and we will move on to game 2. And I am going to check quickly in between this loading. Oh no. I'm not going to check. I will check for next episode. My phone battery's just died. So, we're just destined to never find out. It'll probably come to me at some point anyway. And I'm just talking about what that Ultra Beast is called. And just dragging it on. I'm going to stop talking about it now. So, we'll just continue on and try and find our next opponent. Right, what music should we decide on? I have been enjoying the League Title Defense. It's pretty cool. So we'll stick with that one for a second. And yeah, like before the first battle there, guys, I was saying that I have created a QR code for this team. So I will just say again that I will be putting all the information for that, so you can kind of scan that at the end of the episode. And without saying any more, we have our next opponent from Japan on a rating of 1552, running a team of Pheromosa, Kartana, Tapu Koko, Mimikyu, Torkoal, and Drampa. So we definitely have a hard Trick Room mode in there with the Torkoal, Drampa, and Mimikyu, I would expect, and a very quite offensive fast mode with the Tapu Koko, Pheromosa. So I would like to lead Talonflame here, just for that Pheromosa, but we have to be quite careful for that Tapu Koko as well. But I do really like Talonflame Garchomp here, just as a lead, because it means I can get that quick hit off onto Mimikyu, and I've got the spread damage with the Earthquake as well. Now it might mean that I can't prevent the Trick Room being set up, but with the Talonflame there, at least I've got an option to taunt the Mimikyu as well. But we have to be aware of the Mental Herb maybe being its item of choice there. So, what are we going to bring in our last slots? I don't think Vigorvolt's really that great here, because although it'll take advantage of the electric terrain, it's hit pretty hard by the Torkoal. So I'm going to go Tapu Fini, and I'm going to go Nihilego. We'll pick Nihilego as our last one. So we really have to try and prioritize stopping that Trick Room being set up, because if that Torkoal starts, if it comes in, Trick Room's up, it's just going to start firing off those full powered eruptions, which isn't going to be good. But we do have the Fini. It does resist the fire attacks, but it still will be taking quite a lot of damage. So I'm going to lead off with the Talonflame and Garchomp, and we will see what my opponent leads off with the Drampa and Tapu Koko. So there's no threat here of a Trick Room being set up, but there's every chance that we could definitely lose our Talonflame. But I'm wondering if it's worth just doubling into the Drampa, Supersonic Sky Striking into it, and then Earthquaking, which should be enough to take that out. And then hopefully an Earthquake's enough to take care of the Tapu Koko as well. So I think that's what I'm actually going to just go for. So we'll go for the Earthquake and the Supersonic Sky Strike into Drampa. And we'll see what my opponent is going to do here. That's a bit unfortunate. So the Drampa does actually protect. We will get the Supersonic Sky Strike off, but it's going to be doing minimal damage through that protect. So nice call from my opponent there. And depending on what my opponent actually does do, he might be tempted to go for a Dazzling Gleam. That would be the best case scenario here, but I would imagine he'd probably go for an electric type attack into the Talonflame just to get rid of it off the field. But my opponent actually goes for the Dazzling Gleam, so that is fine. We're Soft Vest Garchomp, so we're going to be able to take that nicely, and we will get an Earthquake off here, which hopefully does pick up the KO onto the Tapu Koko. Depends how it is built, and it might be Sash, but it's not, so the Earthquake is enough there, so we take an early lead and KO the Tapu Koko, which gives my Talonflame a massive boost at this point. So now we have to be careful with what my opponent is going to be bringing in. So yeah, here comes the Mimikyu. And I wonder what item it's got. Going to be tricky, because if my opponent goes for if I go for the taunt and it's got the Mental Herb, then we're going to be in a bit of a tough situation. But then I don't think I can actually pick up the KO on it with a combination now. So I'm going to risk it. I'm going to go for the taunt onto the Mimikyu, and I'm going to switch in my Tapu Fini. And then at least I can start trying to get some Calm Minds up before my opponent gets like all the momentum going with in his Trick Room mode. And if we can stop the Trick Room, then that just makes our lives a lot easier going into the next few turns. We will get rid of the electric terrain and bring in the misty terrain. We're going to get the taunt off, and here's the moment. Has it got the Mental Herb? It hasn't got the Mental Herb, so that is great. So that's nice. We do take a massive Hyper Voice from the Drampa. So it's a Life Orb Drampa, and the Mimikyu did go for the Trick Room, so that definitely paid off in that situation. So what are we going to bring back in now? I don't have Dragon Claw on my Garchomp, but I could go... I think what I'm going to do is bring in my Nihilego here. Because my Nihilego isn't hit for super effective damage from the Drampa's Hyper Voice. So if I can get the Calm Mind up here with my Tapu Fini, and I will go to break the disguise on the Mimikyu with a Power Gem. Because if my opponent has the Torkoal in the back, he might want to switch out that Mimikyu so he can bring it in a later stage and try and set up the Trick Room again. And if the Torkoal comes in on a Power Gem, obviously it's going to be doing a heck of a lot of damage. So we'll see what my opponent locks into. So we actually get the Power Gem straight off, no Protect coming up or switches from my opponent. Break the disguise, which is nice. And we will get a Calm Mind off here with our Fini. So we'll be reducing the Hyper Voice damage by quite a bit this next turn. We'll see what my opponent actually goes for. Mimikyu goes for the Play Rough into the Tapu Fini. And the Drampa goes for another Hyper Voice. So we just hang on, which is quite nice. And I wonder if that Drampa's now in Moonblast range. I'm not really sure how bulky Drampa is. I would imagine it's pretty bulky, so I'm not sure if a Moonblast from this range is going to be able to pick up the KO. But a Sludge Bomb from my Nihilego should be able to pick up the KO onto the Mimikyu, and I'm just going to go straight for a Moonblast into the Drampa with my Tapu Fini. We've just got to kind of hope that that Moonblast is enough to pick up the KO onto the Drampa. But if not, then I don't know, we'll just have to see what we can do. Drampa actually goes for the Protect. Mimikyu goes for the Shadow Sneak. I wonder if that'll be enough. Oh, it's not. Just misses the KO there. Right. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to have to protect this next turn with my Tapu Fini to prevent that Shadow Sneak coming out. Yeah, and the taunt on the Mimikyu has just worn off. So I am going to go for another Sludge Bomb onto the Mimikyu. That should be enough to pick up the KO. I'm going to protect my Tapu Fini here just to get a bit of health back and prevent that Shadow Sneak from picking up the KO on my Tapu Fini. Let's see what my opponent goes for here. My opponent could just protect with the Mimikyu this turn if it has it, and to stall up my Protect, because my Protect's pretty obvious at this point. I go for the Protect. Mimikyu goes for the Shadow Sneak again into my Fini, but it goes into the Protect this time. We do get a Sludge Bomb off, and it should... Oh, it just misses the KO. And we see a big Draco Meter coming out from the Drampa onto the Nihilego, but we take that quite nicely, so that's alright. We're going to get a bit of health back with the leftovers, and I think that may put us in... We should be alright to actually take another Shadow Sneak. So I'm just going to go for a Moonblast into the Drampa. I'm hoping that we're not in range of a Shadow Sneak now. I'm trying to remember back. I think we had about 23 health. So Mimikyu actually protects. We do get the Sludge Bomb, but it goes straight into the Protect, and we are going to get a Moonblast off. So hopefully this is enough now to pick up the KO on to the Drampa. Which it is, which is great. So this is putting us in a great position going into the last turn, and we'll see what my opponent's last Pokemon is. We're definitely out of Shadow Sneak range now, which is nice, but the Mystery Terrain has disappeared from the field. So what has my opponent brought as his last Pokemon? I wouldn't be surprised here if it is the Torkoal though. Yeah, and here's the Torkoal. I think what I'm going to have to do is go for a Power Gem into the Torkoal. And I'm going to go for a Moonblast into the Mimikyu, because I don't want to risk a Muddy Water. in this situation. If it misses the Mimikyu and the Mimikyu gets the Trick Room up, then we are not in the best position at all. So the Torkoal actually goes for the Protect here. We will go for the Power Gem straight into the Protect, but we will get a Moonblast off onto this Mimikyu, which should pick up the kill. And we're sitting in not too bad a position going into the last few turns of this match. We'll recover a bit more health with our Finny with the leftovers recovery. We should be able to clean up from here, because we have the Garchomp still in the back. So if something goes disastrously wrong, at least we've got that to bring in. Again, I'm just going to go for a Power Gem into the Torkoal, and I'm just going to Muddy Water here. Even though it's in the sun, it should still be doing a decent amount of chip damage. So, and my opponent just forfeits. So that is that, and good games to my opponent there. And that is it, guys. We'll call it a day there, but it's Friday, so we'll not drag this on too long, and we'll let you go and enjoy your weekends. But like I said earlier in the video, I am going to provide you with a QR code. So that should be appearing on the screen somewhere around me right now. So take the QR code, scan it in, and try the team out, and let me know what you think of it. So that'd be great. If you do try it out, definitely leave a comment. Let me know what you think about it. Any comments, questions about the team, just get back to me, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. But guys, until Monday next week, I will leave it there, and I hope you all have an amazing weekend. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you then. So guys, take care, and oh, before I go, I need to mention that if you've liked the video, as I always say at the end of every video, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, you get all the daily uploads. We might come back on Monday with another team review episode. I have some tweaks on EVs and things, so that might be quite interesting, so keep an eye out for that. Obviously, if you subscribe to the channel, you get the pings and notifications when that goes live. But other than that, guys, I will see you later. So do take care of yourselves, enjoy your weekends, and have a good one, and I will see you later. So until then, bye bye.